Lovely jubbly, here we go. Team Serene versus NextStart Gaming. We've already seen NextStart play. We haven't seen Team Serene play, so we kind of know what we're expecting from NextStart. Although Logic puts it on top. Shooting Logic. Or yeah, Logic on target. I might try to get a little bit of redirection to get it used.
Blakeos pops it high, touch off the ceiling. Shot from Logic, slightly wide. Affinity will now try and take control of it. Little confusion there with Ahmed and Affinity, both of them thinking that the ball belongs to them.
TQ manages to beat one of the players. Logic with a big whip. It's only Chris on defense. He manages to successfully kill that developing attack.
Hexos with a big boom, 50 the diversity, gets a big shot on the target, massive save from Ahmed. Has to post pinch it, that could go anywhere, and it really does play out well for them. Really good clear, well done.
Well, yeah, that's a really crucial save on the goal line. If he doesn't touch it, it's in the back of the net. And it's a really risky play to go for, but Divinity nearly catching Logic off guard as the play slows down a little bit until TQ goes to mid. TQ into bump Nextos in the centre. A little bit of a 50 there. Logic moves a bit wider. TQ was already up. Goes for a little bump in the middle, but nothing comes to contact. Divinity looks like he's going to try and go for a mid pass. He touches it slightly past his teammate. He acknowledges that in the quick chat with a little mindful in there.
Touch wide by Divinity, straight to Logic, and shoot at the goal. Clearance by TQ. Now it will look to be an Ahmed shot on top. Hexos is there once again to save it, and now it might be a reverse counter attack.
What a lovely little floor pitch there, but Divinity all over that, passing to TQ, who tries to go for a little kind of double touch type thing, but unfortunately it's a bit hard. So buzz it mid. TQ gets a nice touch into the centre, there's no one else there to follow. Chris trying to go for a little aerial play now, can't get it past on it.
Divinity's putting pressure on, forces a pop up by Logic, 50. Boom, right into the orange ties. TQ will now try and pass to Divinity. Divinity tries to pop it over.
Ahmed's already up, bounced against the backboard, a bump in the centre of the field, unable to get a strong enough contact on that to put that goalwards. And Hexor, Chris, using every little bit of boost he has to put that goalwards.
Smashes it from the halfway line, leaves Divinity absolutely, well, it leaves Divinity nowhere really. Just quick shot, Divinity's facing the wrong way to try and even attempt to save it. Nothing comes off of it. Chris with the cheap kickoff now though, pops it high, will try and pass mid, doesn't get an extra touch, challenged by TQ.
You got Ahmed booming it into the corner where Divinity was just trying to get a nice 50 on Logic. Can't get anything on it. Divinity dives in a little bit hastily. Third man is very high with TQ. Divinity gets a backflip touch on that. Chris comes in and swoops it away. Ahmed's already up. Beats
Hexos.
Yeah, beats Hexos, leaving the net wide open for TQ to equalise this game. 1-0.
Really good beat there by Ahmed. Forces Logic. Well, Logic has to do something. Can't actually quite reach the ball. Just waits for it to come to Logic. Cannot save the ball though. Too fast.
A very equal 50 there. TQ managing to beat Ahmed to it. Divinity tries to save it. Manages once again to just get it against the post. Put it in a really awkward position for them at the centre.
Big boom out. But it is caught in the air by Divinity. Passes to TQ, forces
Open
Logic
net
to make a save. Logic has to pass it to Divinity, and Divinity smashes it in the open net. Really well played.
Really quick response there. Back to back. Divinity being perfectly placed just to catch Logic's touch off guard. Can't ask for more than that.
And now NextStart are 2-1 up with just over a minute and a half to go. And you really start to think that NextStart are starting to gain an advantage in this match.
Ahmed there going for a quick shot on the near post. Trying to touch the ball towards Divinity. Hexos gets an aerial into the corner, into the path of Chris. Divinity touches it mid. Ahmed with the massive shot there. putting it straight to the back of the net. Lovely pass from Divinity's popping him in. Ahmed coming from the halfway line, really.
Logic standing on his side, tries to get the double jump. The shot's a little bit too hard for him to do anything about it.
First with the 50 with Divinity into the path of Hexos. Slightly wide, left an open net for TQ and Divinity, and neither of them could decide who wanted that one. And it's 4-1 at the restart. And a very interesting result. Serene don't seem to be playing badly, but they seem to not be able to just get past this NextStart defense.
NextStart seem to be able to know exactly what Serene have been doing. Serene.
A bit of a fake there, trying to find Logic. Logic unable to get contact on the ball. TQ, all three of them on the same side of the pitch now. Chris going to boom it up into the path of TQ. He's going to get beat by Chris once again. Ahmed in the corner.
A nice mid pass by Serene, who passes it to Logic. Can't quite get it. It was a really good pass by Chris. Hexos now tries to pass it mid. Definity's there. Pops it high. A little miss by Chris. Definity's there to
finding the bottom corner.
And now Serene are 5-1 down. What do you think they'll be saying going into the next game?
I think they have to be saying that they have to be scoring the chances they've had. Early in the game, the post pinch with Ahmed should have gone in, really. Let's be
and the same one with Divinity, where Divinity's gone up behind the net.
Yeah, exactly. And the same one with Divinity, where he's saved it on the goal line as well. They're doing everything they can to keep the ball out of their goal, and it's really showing because NextStart they're forcing Serene to be pushed forward, and there you go. That's what happens when you allow too much pressure.
Really awkward touch on the backboards there. Ahmed tries to get it through, doubles it towards his own net, leaves Chris with an open net, smashes it in, and I don't think Chris will ever really miss that.
Here we go at the restart. It's 5-2. Ahmed with a very, very good kick-off against the NextStart. Sending goalwards, cleared away. The pass of TQ. TQ's going to go for a little mid pass. He gets a wave dash. Going to go for a little, unable to get any contact on that. Divinity also unable to get any contact on that. Ball cleared out into the path of Hexos. And NextStart take game one with a pretty resounding 5-2 victory.
NextStart really didn't leave Serene with much to answer for. Or sorry, they left her with a lot to answer for, considering the fact that NextStart really couldn't get... Serene really couldn't get off of their goal line.
They really couldn't get going. They're 3 minutes is what they've asked for.
GG, they want 3 minutes. No worries.
Okay, so we will give them a young.
No. Join the game.
Well, just don't join teams.
The game and wait to join teams.
Just let them have the 1 minute timer.
Look at their gang.
Look at their gang. Yeah, that's a red card for that comment.
Can you stop with my referee's cards, please?
But yeah, Ahmed and Divinity doing absolutely everything they can. But even if you argue that, FX Logic having 5 saves in that game, that's pretty incredible. 5
saves and 5 shots, while the entire of NextStart had 5 shots between them. So it's interesting the way that you look at this. They want an extra 2 minutes. So let's start a timer. Trust me, it's not as bad as mine.
Hmm?
You said I got the worst internet ever. I said it's not as bad as mine. They want 2 minutes. So they can have the 2 minutes. So while we wait for the timer, let me just say 2 minutes left. Anyone got any questions in chat? Hello, Snow.
Snow QTR, obviously. Saib. Look at the gang.
Can you tell we're twins?
No.
Is it obvious? Because he wears glasses.
And you don't have, and your hair's not neat. If I took this hoodie off, you could also tell that he drinks more Monsters than me.
They are ready, so...
Join the games. Here we go. Into game 2, where, as we've already established, NextStart do have probably the mental advantage as well as the numerical advantage, I would argue.
I would also say the same thing now. They're 1-0 up. They've got 5-2 ahead. That must put a thought into Serene's mind that maybe NextStart aren't as easy or as well. NextStart are now 1-1, which means they've won one game and they've lost one game. So
it's always hard to judge on it at that point. But the ball has been pushed into the path of TQ. You have to do a little aerial there. Pause.
I can't pause.
This isn't. There's no way to. You would have to restart the game.
But, yeah. It looks like we are looking for a server restart. It's got mine, so you can't see.
Can't see the logistics of what we're doing. Yeah, so I don't know what's happened there. Obviously, you know, they've shut up your timer. They've asked for a extension of the time. Well,
that might ruin my overlay, no?
That
Wait, it shouldn't. It shouldn't actually.
Should it not ruin the overlay?
It shouldn't.
Let's just check.
No, it doesn't.
No, NextStart still have the one game advantage. Lovely jubbly.
I'm getting DMs from Hexos. Chris's PC's acting weird. 2 minutes. No longer. No longer. Just in case in what I'm doing. 2 minutes timer.
Do you like my little makeshift thing that I made just for this? With the background and my little CYB Winter CYB Winter Showdown match.
So,
obviously, you know, owner of CYB is CYB is so. This is for you. Hopefully, this suffices in terms of quality.
Hopefully, the entire stream is as good as what you expected it to be.
Just restart match completely.
That game. Okay, what about it?
It's just that game.
That game.
And okay, cool. So NextStart do still have their one game advantage. We need to change our scene. There you go, lovely. Ball bounces towards the net. Chris gets a nice 50 into the path of Hexos. Divinity doing everything he can to keep the ball out, and the ball being sent into the crossbar by Logic. Wow, what a start! Was that a little chain dash or a little all dash?
It might have been. I didn't quite see. I was just looking at the chat.
Hexos getting a nice little ground pinch over both of the teams there. What a shot from Hexos!
It's in the
quadrant decal.
Planetary Nebula goal explosion. It was a really ground pitch. You just read it off the floor.
A little ground double then, ground redirect.
Ground double. I'll take that. I'll take that more.
Logic putting it into the path of Ahmed, who pumps it up. Who goes for a little aerial play.
Where's Chris?
Gets a nice. Huh?
Where's Chris AFK?
What?
Chris AFK. Chris. AFK.
Is Chris AFK?
He was. Is he back now?
Chris lost connection. What do we do in this situation?
Dude.
Yeah, just say now what? Because they just scored.
His PC crashed. So we go again. Hopefully now for game 2. So Chris pops it up into the air, goes for a fake, gets the fake. Looks like Ahmed gets faked as well on his own line. Logic up first. Chris going up now. It looks to go for a double touch. Doesn't quite have the boost to get it. Pops down for Hexos.
Another whiff from Ahmed in the middle of the pitch.
Wait, we need to set it back to 1-0. So need to go.
If they're happy, just play. Just
Okay, we'll just let them play the game out again if they're happy to do so. Yeah, get it to 1-1 on the 4-minute mark.
Wait, and if it's 2-1 up, then they just wouldn't play. Plays us with the flip reset logic, just flipping it out. Infinity touching it forwards.
No, we don't need to do this. Right, looks like we're just playing the game, so
Cool.
I'm not
into the path of Chris. Divinity getting a touch there, trying to push it past Chris. Exos getting a clearance past Ahmed. Divinity pushing it back onto Chris's card. Divinity going to follow this up again. Hitting it towards the zone now, trying to find TQs, facing the wrong way. Logic's beat them. Chris on the far side of the pitch. Another miss from Ahmed.
Ahmed pops it middle this time to try and look for Divinity, but it was blocked by Logic. Nexus hits this towards the backboard. Divinity's there to clear it straight back to Logic, puts it in the corner. Logic again passes it mid. Ahmed hits it straight towards Crystal. Crystal looks for a double. TQ misses. Chris misses. Nexus misses. Logic shoots. Divinity is there to make the save. That was a little bit tight.
Logic, who gets a good 50 in his way. Divinity just touching it away from the net, just to cut off Logic a little bit. A little accidental pinch on the ground, rather Logic tries to put it on goal. But TQ is there covering the front post, he knows on target. A big demo there on Hexon. Got a shot on target. Chris in the corner, get bumped by Divinity. Ball boomed against the corner, one into the middle. Chris trying to get a touch on target. Slightly high, but not enough power there. Into the path of Ahmed. Ahmed's gonna go for a bump. Divinity gonna go for the ball instead. Hexos manages just get a glimpse of the ball,
managing to avoid the bump, jump over the attacker, and get the ball at the same time. That requires really good timing.
Logic touching the ball into the air. Divinity putting the ball on the goal. Ball pushing wide. Chris booming into the corner. Goal.
No
way.
Hits the inside of the post, bounces out, now leaves an open net for NextStart. Divinity can't quite get there though.
Ahmed trying to push it into the middle, trying to beat Serene defense. TQ, beat again, here we go. A little fake aerial from Divinity into the path of Ahmed, who can't quite get enough power on goal. Ball is put on goal. TQ once again covering the net. 14 seconds remaining left of this series.
Just so you are aware, there was a 1-minute play in the last game. Game and wait until it went to this one.
Now they're doing one more game.
Well, maybe not. That's NextStart one. That game. I'm just gonna stay in.
No, not GG's. That's what it's 3-2. It's 2-0. Not 3-0.
No, 3-0.
Yeah.
Right, so hopefully it should all go well. So right now it's 2-0 for NextStart. This is Team Serene's final chance to get back into it.
Logic getting a nice touch forward into a 50 Infinity. Hexos trying to touch it into the middle, getting a nice little control there, trying to find Logic on the back post, can't quite make it. Chris going up the wall but getting caught off guard by the fact that he didn't quite make it. Exos reaching out. Cleared off back by Logic.
Towards
the mid
the
pass on Divinity.
massive opening now for Serene. The ball bounces just off the inside of the post. TQ's there to make the save. Ball bounces up. Ahmed gets it. A hit towards Divinity, who now has just got the full boost.
Logic's up, he can go for a double touch. Oh, bar down, nearly. So close for Logic. Hexos faking the ball there so he can get control, but Ahmed's diving in. Logic there, touching the ball.
Ball hit high by TQ, followed by Ahmed, but shut out by Hexos, who decides to not go for the backboard reset. Ball smashed into the corner by to Divinity, who chips it, just goes past, it gets past Hexos, but doesn't quite make it past Logic.
EQ's tipping the ball onto the path of Logic, Nexus going for a touch on Divinity. Unable to beat Divinity there as it gets a very, very crucial save. Ball goes loosely into the middle, far side.
Ball bounces down towards TQ. TQ does manage to clear it towards Divinity, who now has a lot of space in the air, maybe to make a play. Part tries to pass it towards TQ. Demoed by Chris. Now it is demoed by Ahmed got demoed as well.
And none of them could decide who to go, who wanted the goal.
Neither of them could decide who should hit it, so TQ manages to get back, and now maybe there'll be a counter attack. Ball popped up high in the side of Serene's half. Logic does hit it towards Hexos. Hexos and Logic are now in a 2v1, but it's just too slow.
Hexos trying to put it slightly on target, just slightly high. If it was any lower, it probably would have gone. Chris put it back in the middle. Chris bumping TQ on the way through as well. Logic slightly missing the ball as it went through. TQ going for an aerial now. So a flip reset, faking the flip reset there. Divinity touching it into the sky.
Ball goes high. Ahmed does try and get it, does just get beat. Now Serene will get an open look at the net. Hexos hits it towards the backboard. It is cleared wayward by TQ, but Logic will be able to control this, take it up, maybe get a bit of an aerial control. Does try and go for it. Looks like a plan B pogo thing.
Or flip reset. Divinity with control of the ball, nearly beating out his teammate. Hexos there diving in, nearly
almost getting the ball. Logic on the ceiling now, does go for a ceiling shot, pops over the first one. Ahmed clears the second one. Chris is high. Chris beats the defender. Ahmed is there again.
Once again. But the thing with this, Serene are definitely attacking their opponent, aren't they? They are putting a lot of pressure on at the moment.
They understand now that they have to reverse sweep NextStart. Otherwise the tournament is over. And they do.
That's one
well,
way
they
to start.
The way to reverse sweep them is by scoring goals and not conceding. And that's exactly what Serene are doing right now. Shot on nets by Hexos. Just beats out the defender.
No worries, Midnight. Here we
All
go.
good, Midnight.
Chris and Divinity pinching it. Hexos on the wall. Going to go for a little reset. Gets the flip reset. Double touch. Nearly so close to being what I would argue is the goal of basketball. There's no game start.
There is not. Sorry, my bad. I forgot to click in the game.
Ahmed going for a double touch. Oh my goodness.
Follow up by Absolute.
It was T.
Was it T? Was it follow up was by Absolute? Jesus Christ, this is back and forward gameplay now. Ball goes right on net, just goes wide. Logic does manage to read the ball off of the backboard and makes it 2-0 to Serene.
Wow, this game went from no goals to 2 goals in a matter of seconds.
Now Team Serene have got to be looking at this with a really, really good attitude. NextStart beat Serene 5-2 in the first game.
One goal separated in the second game, right?
Yeah, one goal
2-1.
separated them in the second game. And now Serene are back at them, which means they're obviously learning NextStar's game plan, understanding what they're trying to do, and they're able to counter that.
Here we go next. NextStart trying to form a little counter attack. Logic beating it out in the midfield. Hexos getting a little touch on the wall there. Chris going for a little aerial. Logic just getting slight touch there, necessary touch, just to keep the ball out of his net.
TX pops it over Logic, but it is there to be followed up.
Serene lacking in boost at the moment.
A nice high shot by Ahmed, making sure that they use boost, followed by TQ, who passes it to Definity, who can't quite make the shot go on target. And it's now 2. And the game has all changed after that. Alright, let's try.
Divinity have taken a 3-minute break. Oh, hello, we're frozen.
We are frozen. Sure. Is it off?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You stopped it.
Yeah, I need to reload it.
Because you press start.
It's not that. Droid cam. I press start. Did you guys cast Renewal Bosch in the... Yes, we did.
We did.
In the L. I read that as LO bracket.
Go, yeah.
It is, yeah. And it says if they pause more than once, then they forfeit. They forfeit a point. I mean, it's 2-all.
If the team ends up pausing for 2 minutes, or they end up taking another pause and a forfeit, they income in 8. So
The upcoming game. That's a yeah.
Oops, not also.
Don't join a team.
Spec set. A second for time pause means a forfeit of
What game?
upcoming game.
So it's 1-all. Ahmad's typing to you. We won't count that as a 3.
Cool, is there a VOD coming on? Like, yes, there will be a VOD.
Yeah, there will be a VOD afterwards. We have it to auto-save and we plan on downloading it and uploading it to YouTube ourselves.
And I will send that to CYB so he can do whatever he wants with it. Because we are good people like that.
Obviously, this is mutually beneficial for everyone, isn't it? We get viewers, they get exposure.
And we get exposure as well. Because we bring people in. Like you lot, like there's a lot of people here today who have followed us that we really appreciate. I'll go through it at the end and thank everyone for following individually. Because I don't actually have it come up right now. Is that everyone? Join. I'm guessing there's no hard feelings then. So they can all join.
They'll just play this game. Yeah, we won't change the scoreline or anything.
We won't change it.
Here we go. The countdown. Logic and TQ. Chris with a quick shot on net. A massive start there for Team Serene. Getting a lovely kickoff goal.
The cheat went really well. Phil managed to go round the defender, or from the cheating player of NextStart. Serene starts this game off really well, 1-0.
Next off over 50 with Divinity. Logic is going to push it upward, upfield. Ahmed cuts it off into the path of Chris. Chris gets a very vertical touch. Ahmed beats TQ to that ball.
Hexos is now alone in the air, not being challenged by anyone. Pushes it down into TQ, tries to pop it over Chris. Chris does get up high enough. TQ still got the ball though. Logic does try and hit him off. Ball goes wide. TQ gets a shot, but does choose to go high instead.
Divinity putting it back into the middle. Ahmed nearly making it. Hexos putting it into the corner, into the path of TQ. TQ nearly getting a 50.
Definitely just goes under the ball, leaving Logic with a free dribble, flicks it up for Hexos. Hexos gets bumped by Ahmed.
Chris putting it against the backboard into half Divinity. One of our players is dead. That was TQ, right? TQ died.
Yeah,
Divinity with a big boom into the corner. Going to try and hope for a nice 50 there. Didn't work out totally in his favour. TQ's going to try and get the ball back into the centre. This is being very, very solid on the back wall. Ahmed pumping the ball into the middle. Oh, very, very nice attempt there from Ahmed, trying to get a nice little dunk from the crossbar.
Blakeos hits it high and hard, forces TQ to have to use once again a lot of boost. Pinch comes in from Logic. TQ doesn't have any boost after going up.
Doesn't have the facilities to stop that. It's a lovely little touch off of the wall. A lovely little pinch straight into the centre of the goal, and TQ just does not have the capabilities, does not have the boost to stop that from going in.
Really good idea, but just not as good execution. Really close though.
Touching it down. Hexos does get demo in the centre. Into the path of TQ, who just respawned. Divinity going to try and take it up. Unfortunately, Chris manages to snuff it out before he gets in the cover. Opening a centre in the face of the goal, but that was probably.
Ball is hit into the corner by Hexos. Divinity will be able to clear that, leaving Hexos to pass it on to Chris, who does just try and boom it. Followed up by Logic. Ball bounces high to Hexos. Hexos does get another touch. Once again it hits the ceiling, leaving Chris to go up. Chris misses. They miss. Logic has a shot. Again goes high. Hexos shoots. Saved by Logic.
I thought it was Ahmed on the goal line.
Is that not Logic? I thought it looked like Logic and Ahmed.
It was a bit of a mess. Ahmed does not have a goal. It was Logic on the goal line.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it was own goal save, or whatever you call it. Saved his own goal.
Yeah, Chris putting it into the corner now. Going to hope for a little touch. Divinity coming and bumping Chris off a bit, putting it into a position where a big bump there on Hexos as he tries to get a nice ceiling shot, but not quite get the touch on the ball. TQ putting it into the corner. Divinity going up for the ball. A bit of a whiff there from Hexos. Hexos gets a demo in the end. Logic putting it into the middle of the pitch. Divinity putting it wider. And then a miss there from Chris. He's going to cut his rotation when Hexos had quite a nice touch there. Flick there from Ahmed, who puts it into the centre with TQ. Quick shot there from TQ. And Chris follows it up with a very, very quick counter-attack and nearly misses. But the ball does find its way into the back of the net.
Team Serene 3, NextStart 0. Maybe, just maybe, this reverse sweep is on.
It's looking more and more likely the more I'm watching this game. They just seem to have found their footing in the latter half of the last game.
Looks like they finally got it together, understood what they're trying to do.
And here we go again with the kickoff.
Again, a 4-0, a minute and 10 left, sorry, minute and 50 left.
Touching it past TQ. TQ not able to read that. It's really, really quite good. It's looking very, very good for Team Serene right now.
Cheers, bro. So you could have told me that earlier.
That's the input capture. You just turned us down.
I turned us down. You know me. There you go.
You turned input capture down again. Oh. For goodness sake.
Leave me alone, okay?
I have to deal with this.
I'm used to this.
Logic 50ing Ahmed in the corner.
There you go. You happy now?
Is that better? Yeah.
Is that better, Paul?
Ahmed trying to pinch into the middle. Finds TQ and TQ slots it into the back of the net. 4-1. Here we go with the kickoff. Logic and Ahmed with a big 50. Divinity getting a touch on the centre. Logic putting it towards the goal.
It's good now.
Lovely. Ahmed 50ing it into the middle. Divinity going for an aerial, putting it on target. Logic waiting for the ball though. Hexos taking it from Logic, putting it on towards Ahmed's car. Punches into a corner. Goes for the corner read. A nice try. Tiki puts it into the corner. A nice little flip.
Hexos is there, deflected off by TQ. Now maybe leaving for a counter attack. Doesn't quite come off though. Chris pops it high.
The pre-jump there from TQ works out quite nicely. Hexos goes for a bit of a pinch though. Logic trying to put it
Ball
in.
comes across. Chris pops it high, looking for Logic. Logic hits the backboard. Ball bounces down. TQ does get a really important clear there.
Hexos with a 50 with Divinity on the side of the pitch. Chris picking up that mid boost. Logic booming it high Ahmed snuffing that out in the midfield, and a big miss there from TQ. That would have been a massive goal for a bit of confidence going into the next series. We have 10 seconds remaining. Ball goes up. Hexos manages to get the read on that. TQ cuts that up. Divinity putting it towards goal. Onto a Hexos cutting it out. Logic keeping the ball up in a bit of intimidation tactics as they try and go into the next series duel. But that was a 4-1 game, and that is a statement moving into the last game.
I'll just leave this one. Look at the Wi-Fi on NextStart. Oh my god. We are going to need it for the end, but
Ahmed, the aerial getting beaten by Hexos. Divinity with a little flick. Divinity with lovely control there. Unable to make it all the way past Hexos.
TG takes it into the corner, tries to get 50. Logic puts it into the middle. Ahmed on the backboard. Chris pops it to the side. Will probably look to try and get this out. But TQ's first, smashes it into the backboard. Big clear by Hexos.
Ahmed getting a nice control touch, which falls into the path of the Hexos. Divinity putting it goalwards. Ahmed can't get anything on that. Logic cuts that out. Ball bounces into the middle. Hexos gets a deflection off of the wall. Demo on TQ in the centre of the pitch.
Ball pops middle, Hexos pops it high, TQ will be the only one up. Hits it towards the ground, tries to go in, Logic is there covering the corner. Divinity hits it against the backboard. Again pops it middle, Hexos is there to hit it out. Ahmed shot, open net. 1-0 to NextStart, game.
It's a lovely, lovely little piece of coordination there from the NextStart players. It's definitely necessary considering the last game, the last series that they'd had to go against. And obviously, you know, Team Serene drawing the series after going 1-0 down is quite a statement from them. So they had to come out strong in this series, and they have.
In this match specifically, because you have to think that the momentum would have been with Serene after just go.
There you go, Logic just managing to find a little slight bit of space in the corner and making the most out of that.
Yeah, as I was saying, the momentum just leaving gaps of NextStart, maybe thinking that NextStart have to overcommit in situations where they don't actually have to, and maybe that'll cause problems long term. Chris hits the ball in the air, looks for a reset, doesn't quite get it. Ahmed is there to clear it. Logic ball into the corner. Cleared back into Logic by Divinity. Ahmed will try and take this into the corner now. Ball pops up high, ball bounces down. TQ is there. Doesn't quite manage to get the angle. Logic clears it. Logic then takes a 50 with Divinity. Ball comes up really awkward. Chris does get a hit on it. Does also bump TQ, but not enough. Divinity passes to TQ. Big bump by Hexos, clearing the space and enabling maybe Serene now to get another goal and maybe go ahead.
Yeah, Divinity getting a nice attempt at a clear there. TQ getting a slight touch. Hexos booming it into the middle, into the path of Logic. And Logic is just a brick wall at the moment.
Ball bounces towards the middle. Big clear by TQ.
Bit of a doomed attempt there, falls into the face of Divinity.
Divinity flicks it high.
Hexos is the first one there.
No one else but Hexos went. Ahmed did go for the second one though. Just try and bounce it towards the middle. Takes a 50. Just past TQ. They'll leave it for Divinity. Divinity will maybe try and put this middle. Just for Logic to clear.
Falls into the path of Ahmed, who hasn't got much boost himself. He's got 0 beans. But he managed to get the ball into the middle still, and Divinity unable to read that whiff, and the ball was flown straight across the front of the goal. And Chris there putting pressure on Ahmed, probably realising that Ahmed does not have a lot of boost at the moment. But TQ trying to do the most with what he has. Nice little team attempt at a team play there between Ahmed and TQ.
You just see us very, very back and forward right now. Really cagey. A lot of really cagey saves. Just like they did well to get across it, but they should have never got to that position. Big boom out by Logic, leaving no one behind. TQ has to pop it.
Divinity gets a necessary touch there. Ahmed booming into the corner. Logic manages to get a touch over. Hexos is only just able to keep it in the danger area, and Ahmed gets a big clear.
It's now NextStart on the attack, but Hexos does try and clear it to thwart it. Big 50 by TQ there. Divinity into the corner towards TQ. TQ will look to get it down towards Ahmed. Ahmed decides not to go for it. Maybe it might have been safe just a second.
Hexos getting a bit of a double, sending Logic a bit flying. Logic goes for a bump as Chris tries to put it on target. It goes against the walls. A 50 into the middle.
Big bump there. Hexos does beat him to the corner. Logic does just miss it.
Ahmed pushes it wider into the corner. Logic is there, but Logic is unable to get in touch on that. Chris is bumped a little bit awkwardly. He's positioned weirdly in that situation, but he does get enough on that to cut out a bit of the danger as Logic manages to get a touch on that. And it goes middle, and Ahmed is up, but Hexos is there with all the boost he has as he tries to pick up the boost, which doesn't just spawn yet. Logic there, 15 Ahmed.
Ball bounces towards the corner, it's up by Hexos, will probably try and go again, leaves it for Chris. Now leaves it for Logic. Logic will try and go towards Chris. Chris isn't there, big shot by Ahmed.
And it's
OT
overtime
in game 5.
A fake kickoff.
Or a whiff kickoff, depending on how you look at that. Because
Either way, dangerous considering that touch from TQ there.
Two people commit there. Big touch from Ahmed. If that doesn't connect, it is going in.
Not just big, necessary, as you say, if he doesn't connect. But the ball falls to Logic, and TQ gets enough on that.
This is really cagey. Both teams want this. Both teams are trying their hardest to stay in. Ball bounces towards the middle. Doesn't quite come off though. Logic will probably try and hit this against the sidewall. Chris is up.
Chris gets a 50. The ball falls in the path of Logic, but it's cut out.
Hexos decides to stay back just in case the ball does come back fast, which it does.
Logic gets a 50 there with Hexos and the opposition player. And the ball does go their way. It's a very tense game at the moment. Chris is demoed. Logic is up as well. Big 50 from Logic there. And TQ misses. TQ's going to boom the ball up towards his teammate. Logic cuts that out once again. Hexos just waiting and waiting.
Yeah, it's really tense, honestly.
Another demo there from Divinity. It seems like they're trying to demo to open up the position a little bit.
TQ goes off the ceiling, gets it past Logic, will now try and go for mid. Doesn't quite get it past Hexos as well though. Hexos has now just realised he's on a one-on-one with Ahmed. If this is a good 50, then maybe they can get something off it.
It was a good 50, but Chris was slightly too close.
Ball bounces mid, no defender is there, but once again, there's no follow-up. Try Doom the addition, 10.
Oh,
probably just
crossbar.
Probably just threw Hexos off.
And Divinity pumps it into the corner. Logic booms the ball nice and far. There's a big touch there by TQ. Boom back towards the opposition goal. Chris is once again waiting. A lovely little touch there into the path of Logic. Divinity dives in. Chris gives his teammate a little love tap in the middle. Excellent. Divinity pushes him in. And it's an open net. And Ahmed has secured the game.
Oh, come on, Serene. You wasted all of that time going for a reverse sweep,
open net,
winning 2 games just to get undone by an open net. And that makes NextStart the winners of the series. GG's updates. Alright. Do I really need to fill this in?
It was such a close game. I couldn't call it until the very end.
Serene. Right. I'm probably going to stop streaming there. I've got stuff to do.
I guess for How do we do?
How did we do, by the way? You got any feedback for us?